Hey y'all, it's Reverend Joel from the Presbyterian Church of Chestertown, and we've been doing this What I'm Reading series, so I wanted to tell you a little bit today about what I'm reading. First, thank you so much for providing great shelving in the pastor's study. I've got my library all set up and organized, and if y'all ever want to borrow something from it, just let me know. I also have a special shelf in my library that I like to keep. It's the one closest to my desk. It's right here, and these are the books that someone has given me or that I've bought for myself or that I've heard about through a podcast or something that I intend to read. So I've got several up here that are still on my to-be-read list. But since I've arrived here in Chestertown, y'all have given me some more that I need to add to that list, and I thought I'd share those with you. Somebody gave me Revolutionary Chestertown, and I want to thank them, and I'm looking forward to hearing more about the culture and history of this place. One of you gave me the Chestertown and Kent County history in postcards. This will be fun as well to look through and to see the old heritage and the buildings and the people and the way it used to be versus the way it is now. Another one of you gave me day trips in Delmarva. This will be fun, but I'm going to wait until Jill gets here and we're settled into our home and we've got our dog and we can go take some of these trips together. Just the other day, a family came through and gave to both me and Caitlin this one, The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. And it seems like to be a fun, quick read. I'm looking forward to reading this one soon as well. And then another one of you shared John Meacham's The Hope of Glory. So I'll enjoy getting to all of those at some point. One more that was given to me as a gift, kind of special, and probably the next one I'll work on, The Angel's Portion, A Clergyman's Whiskey Narrative. This will be fun as well. But before I can get to any of the new ones to read, I need to finish the one I'm already started. And this is what I'm reading right now, called Barking to the Choir, The Power of Radical Kinship. It's by Father Gregory Boyle. And if maybe you remember his first book, Tattoos on the Heart, he introduced us to Homeboy Industries, this multifaceted way of serving the homeless and the needy of LA. Since it's Maundy Thursday, and since the death of Christ is coming so close to us, I read this passage and I thought it'd be good to share today on Maundy Thursday. It's from his chapter titled Now, period, Here, period, This, period, and on page 87. I once presided at the funeral of two brothers, Miguel and Cesar, both gunned down not far from their home. Two caskets were lined up together in the church, symbols of a heartbreak beyond my ability to describe. The pain was palpable. Like walking into a furnace room at peak capacity, you can only stay inside briefly before the heat forces you to rush outside, sweaty and gasping for air. Before and during the service, it rained, and not just a drizzle, gale force, hurricane winds with water flying everywhere at end-of-the-world magnitude. After communion, the boy's father rose to speak and gestured to the ceiling, the noise of the rain pummeling the roof, making him barely audible. Los cielos están llorando, he managed to say. The heavens are crying. Then he pointed to the two coffins side by side, like the beds in the room they once shared. There was a pause. Don't lose one day, he continued. Don't let a day go by that you don't pay attention to your kids. Don't waste time in aquí mando yo, meaning I call shots around here. Our children are loaned to us. They belong to God, and they will return to God. Don't waste one day in not loving them. From the church, it was a 20-mile procession to the cemetery. The rain continued, the kind that defies windshield wipers at even their highest speeds. That is, until we pulled into the cemetery where the rain just stopped. After 5 hours of constant pounding, nothing. And more than that, the sun didn't just peek out, it pushed all clouds aside and warmed the earth. The sun reminded us, as we laughed and held each other in this graveyard, that the only antidote to our misery is to stay in the present. This present is eternal, and the only eternity that counts is now. Quote, "This is the first, wildest, and wisest thing I know, that the soul exists and that it is built entirely out of attentiveness," Mary Oliver writes. A grieving father and a warm, surprising son reminded us that indeed, paying attention right now leads us all to soulful living. Isn't that wonderful? Wherever you are today, whatever you might be reading, whatever you're doing, I pray that somehow you find the way to be eternally present right where you are, without mourning too much about what was lost, without grieving too much over where we can't be, what we can't have right now. Just trying to find some way to be okay right where you are, attentive to the life that is in you and around you right now. That's all I can offer to you today on this Maundy Thursday, and I look forward to being in worship with you later tonight and then again on Easter Sunday morning. Until then, blessing, laughter, and loving be yours.